Today we're going to talk about um, a different perspective of freedom. We're going to actually go really into some Old Testament understanding. To do this, I want to look at Psalm 91, verses 14 through 16. And of course, people are saying, oh, Pastor, you say these books real quick and verses. Well, you can always pause me and then hit play again, and you can follow along. But I'm in Psalm 91, verses 14 through 16. Here we go. The beauty of video. Those who love me, I will deliver. I protect those who know my name. When they call to me, I will answer them. I will be with them in trouble. I will rescue them and honor them. With long life, I will satisfy them and show them my salvation. Right? I see these verses describing the freedom God gives us, right? Listen to these words, right? Deliver, protect, answer, be with in trouble, rescue, long life, salvation. These are all freeing words. The one I really want to focus on is verse 15, that I will rescue them. And then salvation in 16. There's a Hebrew word, goel. Technically means redeemer, actually, but you could translate it as rescuer, or savior. This is a understanding in the Old Testament. The goel is the right of kin, the one that is responsible for rescuing you in time of trouble. So, for example, if I had, let's say, I don't have a brother, so we'll use a brother as a theoretical example. I have a brother who got in bad with gambling and did bad things, and he's locked up in prison, and is in debtor's prison, and can't get out. According to the Hebrew faith, if I were as his brother, especially an older brother, I would be responsible as being his goel, his rescuer. In fact, it would be taught as a follower of the Hebrew faith, I would be responsible, right? Maybe this will ring a bell. Being my brother's keeper, right? It's from Genesis, Cain and Abel, right? Being my brother's keeper, rescuing him from the debtor's prison. I would have to do what it took to make this happen. Another example is often in the temple setup. If there was someone who could not pay for the sacrifices, the goel was approached to be able to do that. Again, to help with the redemption, to help set up the atonement sacrifice. And so it's funny, God kind of turns this, eventually, turns the system on its head, right? Who is our ultimate goel but Jesus Christ? God becomes our rescuer. God becomes our savior, our redeemer. And yet I wanted to lift up here, in this psalm, for example, God's already claimed this identity well before Christ came to earth. God's already promising to be our goel. And this isn't, I kind of like the idea of a goel, and that, family watches out for each other. Marriages would be, marriage usually aren't a goel, but it could be. But the point is, congregations could be a goel for each other. Sometimes the temple itself served as the goel for someone, just to intercede, to rescue them from whatever issue they have. The congregation would combine resources to come together and help the person in need. And so in those respects, I think that's something we can learn from. This is a biblical tradition we can continue, right? That we can rescue each other, that we can protect each other, be with each other in times of trouble, right? Just like this verse says, honor each other. That's good. That's godly living. I mean, God does these things for us. Why can't we live in the same way? And so I asked you yesterday to think about how God rescues in 2020. I'm adding another layer for you. Not only how God gives us freedom in 2020, but how is God our goel? How can this congregation be a goel to you, and how can we be goels to each other? That'll give you plenty to think about.